With more on social media and just how that female San Bernardino killer entered the country. We just referenced this report saying that the policy last year blocked agents from looking at the social media messages. Cybersecurity expert Joe Loomis is with me now. So, Joe, I am assuming that this policy is up for review.
Absolutely. With all the Senate and the Congress getting together, these are part of that, new coalition, so to speak, of understanding what type of surveillance is actually important and necessary given the current events that have taken place.
Okay, so from a cyber point of view, what are the right next steps?
Well, the right next steps, in my view, is looking at the vendors and the technologies that currently are already doing this. There's plenty of vendors out there that are scanning and looking for clues in social network, determining if there's tax. It's almost like a pre-warning system, like call it your early warning type solution, whereas a lot of times attacks, there are clues that are leaked on social media, whether it's translated messages, whether it's communications or status updates. All of this is absolutely critical because it's oftentimes the mechanism of communications for these type of groups.
So, Joe, let me ask you, we actually spoke with a professor at Dartmouth last week, and he helped to co-develop with Microsoft this kind of visual identity, the idea being to fight child trafficking and child porn. Can we use the lessons that we have learned in fighting abuses against children and apply that to terrorism and fighting terrorism?
Absolutely. It's the same mechanism. It's the same understanding of criminal mind as a criminal mind, right? The mechanism of what the criminal mind executes on might be different, but they all relatively are thinking the same process, right? Evading law enforcement, evading detection, evading any kind of notification. So it's really all similar, and there's a lot of common denominators between different types of crimes. And that's really where I think law enforcement has a lot of this type of experience, that we now have to start getting away from the bureaucracy of this, anti-privacy type of movement, where we understand that, hey, we really need to start looking at social media. We really need to understand phone records that might be taken, phone calls, text messages. All that stuff comes to pretty relevant these days when we're looking at how close these attacks are coming to home.
Joe, thank you. I know you're going to be rejoining us in just a few moments, so stay there. In the meantime, we just want to let you know that Twitter is warning that some users have had attempts to have their personal data stolen. We will give you an update from Twitter when we come back.